Joey Sly is going to have the honor of getting us started. And we're off and running from Orlando. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Here we go, set. Ready.
Straight ahead, here's Cook. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
Again, it's Cook. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
New set of downs for him from the 46.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Ready, ready.
They'll throw on first. Has him on the quick hitter. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. They gain 14 on the play. And that's good for a Bills first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
They'll try the right side with Cook. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Another one for Cook. And here's another stop made right at the line. Nice back-to-back reps from this defense.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against them. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. Into traffic, complete. And they bring him down. Looks like he got into the 27. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that's good for a Bills first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
To throw it on first down. Pass into the hands of Dalton Kincaid. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Bills first down.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Cook trying this one up the gut. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
And he runs into some big bodies, and he's stopped right at the line. Stuck to the ground, but nothing gained that time, and it brings up 3rd and 7.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7.
70 Lion. Let's go now. Warrior 70. Dragon 60.
Dropping back to throw. Forced out to his right. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Looking for his wide receiver there. So they're left facing a 4th down. Here comes the field goal unit now for the Bills. From the left hash, about 31 yards out. In his 11th year, still knocking him through. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
The Bills kickoff team out there now as they'll send this away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new...
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Here's Brees Hall on the ground for the first time. And he's held up short of midfield after a small gain. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. 72
They give on 2nd to Hall. And a bit of deja vu as they stop him at the line once again.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Throw on 3rd down. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs hurt it. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hands, their coach wants to see them convert those.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And it's the same as a touchback here. This one down right at the 20-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Ready.
They'll come out throwing. He locates Adonai Mitchell. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. We managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
Back row 80. Here we go, set.
From the 43. Connection made to the rookie from Washington. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They're set up at the 35 now.
Let's go. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Check. Check go.
Now a give to Cook, running left. And he'll work a little room down to the 29. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
Going to the ground again on first. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
At the Jets' 24-yard line.
Ready? Viking 18.
They go play action here. Rolling out to his left. He finds Kincaid. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10.
Set.
A tight end in motion now. Handoff headed right. It's Cook. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. The Bills stretch their early lead to 9. It's a James Cook touchdown. Well, he found himself some space to work, and from there, all athleticism as he made his way in for 6.
You know, you run the ball down in the red zone, Kate, you're not always thinking touchdowns, right? Space is so hard to come by. But you're exactly right. His athleticism, his explosion, his speed, it puts 6 on the board for the offense.
That one right down the middle. And the Bills go up 10-zip here in the first. The Bills kickoff team out there now as they'll send this away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go now. Back to 60. Back to 60.
They'll start this one out with Hall. And he'll take this up to about the 34 before he stops. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 34. That one complete to Turner. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
Travis looking to throw. Chased out to his right. And he's not going to get something done. They take him down. So that's how our first half's going to end. A momentum-building play for their defense. Time for the second quarter of play. It's Jets football. They have 2nd down behind the sticks. Another try following the sack. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Okay, I don't know if I've ever told you, but my dad was a driver's ed teacher. And I could just hear him right now say, son, take this out of reverse and put it in drive. Because this one's going nowhere right now. A drastic change on this play needed, and maybe a whole lot of luck to keep this series alive.
Here he is on 3rd and long. On the move, headed right. Able to hit Hall, complete. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
speaks to this guy's talent as just an all-around difference maker, playmaker. We see him line up as a receiver, and we don't even bat an eye, Kate. And we don't really bat an eye when he makes that kind of play either. This guy's just different, built for the moment.
Handoff running left. Here's Hall. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Christian Benford up to make that stop.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
Second and 6 coming up here. From the 37. Buying some time right. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Now Travis. Short pass brought in. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Travis to throw. He sends this one to the end zone. And he will score. Touchdown, New York! The Jets start to fight back with their first points of this game. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Extra point is up and good from Sly. And the Jets cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Airing it out to start this drive. The Jets get there and bring him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
We've got enough data now through the years to understand that an explosive play on offense, more often than not, leads to scoring. We also know if you can create a negative play defensively. In a tightly contested game like this, every play matters. And to get that negative play, put this offense on their heels, exactly what this defense needed.
That's going to pick up the 1st down after a gain of 26.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. So good work to help reset those chains.
Toward the sideline, and he's got it. Now here he goes, down the right sideline. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills make it a 9-point advantage. Dalton Kincaid with the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
That one splits the uprights. And the Bills make it a 10-point ball game. The Bills' kickoff team out there now as they'll send this away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Cowboy 80. Check.
They start the drive with Hall. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
You know, okay, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
2nd and 6 now. Buys time, rolling right. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And brings up 3rd down.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time secondary, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Throwing here, Travis. Escapes the pocket. That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28. New set of downs for him at the 38. On 1st down, here comes Hall. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Second and 8. Cut out left. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. It's a pickup of 11. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning in Orlando. The Jets in need of some points before the break. All right, I'll set up now. 1st and 10. Hall running between the tackles. And they take him down, but he's able to get this inside the red zone. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. Here's Hall once more. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. They go right back to Hall. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Hey, look, any run of this size is going to wound the defense. But you get this game going right up the heart of their defense, you start to break their will and break their pride.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Hall. Can't fight past that line. They stop him at the 3.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You've learned so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. It's 2nd and goal. Travis setting up to throw. He's on the move. And the coverage is too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
Timeout taken by New York. That's its 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. They've held him out twice. Here we go. 3rd and goal. Home. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. Call it a gain of 2 that time, and it leaves him only a yard away on 4th and goal. Now, just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. Only 2 seconds left in the half, so on comes the field goal unit. This is a chip shot from the left hash. Up and good from Joseph. And that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead's 7. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. The Bills kickoff team out there now as they'll send this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this 2nd half. We've got a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw, Travis. Forced out to his right. Still on the move, throwing down the right sideline.
You know, I don't mind taking that risk, especially on early downs. You try to shot downfield, it doesn't work. But Kate, the good news, you got 2 more downs to try to find a first.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Here's Travis. Chased out to his right. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Travis.
It is such a weapon offensively when you've got a big tight end that can stretch the field vertically. Not a lot of DBs have the size to cover him. They tried to get it to him in that spot where he could win it, but unfortunately, no connection to be made.
And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. Big kick on that one, 62 yards. And the Bills will take over possession. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Go!
It's a sweep. He pops the pass forward. He's out in the clear. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that's good for a Bills 1st down.
You call that 1st down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards. They'll take that every single time.
Finds his man over the middle. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for a Bills 1st down. They'll run it with Cook. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Jaden Hicks there on the tackle. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Set! 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. He's got this complete to James Cook. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Play made there by Clark Phillips.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Here we go, set! Cougar 19. Dragon 60. Take over.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. He fires one deep down the middle. He's got it deep downfield. Touchdown, Buffalo. Now in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
That one right down the middle. And the Bills double their lead to 14. The Bills kickoff team out there now as they'll send this away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go.
They'll throw to begin this drive. Rolling left, buying some time. That one's caught along the left sideline. And he's out of bounds, past midfield. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. To throw it on 1st down. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after looks like a yard gain. Dexter Lawrence on the tackle.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could depend on.
Coming right is Hall. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. All right, here we go. 2nd down. They'll run here following the penalty. And that one's forward for 1, maybe 2 yards. Tackle made by Cole Bishop. Only a couple that time, and it leaves them well behind the sticks for a 3rd and 15.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
3rd and long for him here. Underneath it goes. Catch made by the running back. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Travis looking to throw. He finds him beyond the marker. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. They'll keep this drive moving after a big 18-yard pickup on 4th down. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. A give left side for home. He's going to snag a couple of yards, charging up the gut. Christian Benford up to make that stop. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
Okay, the 2-yard run on 1st down, I think that keeps you ahead of schedule. You're going to have to pick up the pace.
From the 23. On the move, headed right. Brought in right side. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They're now set for 1st and 10. It's Hall on the carry. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
On 2nd and 9. Buys time, rolling right. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there's none to be had. No escape route available this time.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Escapes out to the left. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
Now Travis. He's got it! Touchdown, New York! All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Here's Slide to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Jets chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, set.
Straight ahead, here's Cook. And he's brought down by a collective effort there, only 1 yard on the carry.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Let's go. Half the 60, half the 60. Ready?
He's dropping back to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Go.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. The Bills with a punt team out there. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And a big hit on the return to stop him cold. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And it'll be Jets football. Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter. Hall takes it straight ahead. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They send the tight end in motion left. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Escapes the pocket. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Throwing on 3rd and long. He lets a heater go deep, middle, and someone stepped in. It's intercepted. That's Cole Bishop. And the Bills have it now on his 8th pick of the year.
You know, I can still hear the call all the way up in the booth. Okie, Okie! That's what that whole defense screams after an interception, and you see everybody getting involved. That nearly went for a house call. Just an incredible effort by that offense to run it down, but even with that, they will take that Okie any day. What a huge pick in return for that defense.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Another one for Cook. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Here we go, here we go.
Again, it's Cook. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused. And they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
It doesn't take a math major, Kate, to realize how important that field goal was. It's now a 2-score game really late and puts them in the driver's seat to go and finish this thing with the win.
And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. bringing this with home. And they needed more than one defender. Their powerful runner stopped for just 1 yard.
Now this defense is in the driver's seat, Kate. Right? When you make a stop like that on first down, now it's your discretion of just how aggressive you want to be following that play up.
Travis to throw. He's on the move. He won't be able to make the catch. It's incomplete.
We're so often in today's game looking for this, that escapability, and I love that. Get out of harm's way. Now you just got to find a way to make the connection on the other end.
To the air, 3rd and long. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They'll go right side with Hall. And he takes it past midfield and starts the drive into Bills territory. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. Travis setting up to throw. It's complete to Turner. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Throwing here, Travis. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down. Here's Travis. Forced out to his right. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, a better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
Throw on 3rd down. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
They'll run here. It's Hall. And he won't challenge for the goal line. The stop made at the 4. They're 3 yards closer to the end zone. Here comes 2nd and goal.
Let's go now. 60 by 6, 60 by 6.
Trying again, Hall. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, the offense is looking for a possible touchdown, Kate. It's the defense that's stolen the mojo with that stop. This is how they teach you to defend the goal line.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Flush down now to his left. And he scores! It's a New York touchdown! The Jets make it a 4-point game here in the 4th. You always tell me, Brock, it is a whole different world here. Running routes, working in confined spaces, instead of having that whole field to spread out a defense.
Oh, spot on, Kate. And some players, that's the world they thrive in. Finding windows where windows shouldn't exist and then being ready for the throw to arrive. It happens so fast. Trusting your quarterback to make the right read and get it to you.
And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal would tie this game in the 4th. Ball is set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. out and set, 1st and 10.
Set. Six the Eagle.
They go play action here. Flushed out of the pocket. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
Here we go.
Cook trying this one up the gut. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard.
70 Timberwolf. Go!
Looking to throw. And he's there to knock away the pass and force a 4th down.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th.
19 Tiger. Mustang 19.
He'll throw it. And on 4th down, that one won't work. It's incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Here's a give to Hall. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Call it 9 yards. Looks like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1. Here's Hall. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. That's a short gain of 1. And it'll give the Jets a 1st down. We reach the 2-minute warning from Orlando. Jets trail by a field goal. A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. They run. Here's Hall. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
Second and 6 coming up here.
Let's go.
Setting up to pass. Vacates quickly left side. He's going to keep it this time. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the 1st down. And they fake the spike. They're going to throw it. And this was a miss from the start, Whrock. They call a fake spike, and he's hit and drop now for the sack. The Jets take their 1st time out. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Shotgun snap, a give to Hall. Gets to space right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. The Bills are going to go ahead and call their 1st time out. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Got that chip shot in their back pocket to tie it. A chance at the lead here first, though. First and goal. He tries to sneak it. And he will score and give him the lead in the final minute. The fact that they pulled that out on a... Now, hang on. They want to take another look at this play. And a very important call coming up late in this game. Timeout taken by New York. That's its second. Still one more in their pocket to use. Second chance at 6 here. It's second and goal. Hall will not score. The defense holds and stops him short of that goal line.
Well, now things get a little dicey for this offense. One down left before a big decision to make. You continue to try running it against a front that stopped you, or you now forced to put the ball in the air.
Hall's going to try to smash his way in. And he's in, and that's a touchdown. And with almost no time left, he just likely won them this game. A chance to take their lead beyond a field goal on this point after. And it's good, so they take the lead, and the extra point buys them some breathing room. A field goal does not tie it now.
Set to kick off.
All set for the kickoff. Sly with the honors. Fielded just shy of the end zone. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20.
At their own 22-yard line.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. One final shot here. And this one falls incomplete. No miracles on the final drive today. This game is over.